Today I'm actually broadcasting from Jeju Island. Today I was walking around Seoul and I lost track of time. And when I stopped walking, I looked up, I realized I was on Jeju Island again. So, it happens. So the form we're going to be learning about is 고해서. And the way to make it is you take a verb stem. You attach 고 and then 해서. Before we talk about what it is, I actually want to talk about what this form is not. And that is a quoting form. This is not a quoting form. And before I do that though, I should tell you what 고해서 means. It means because. So we'll get into detail in a second though. 친구가 저녁을 사주겠다고 해서. Because my friend says or said that he or she will buy me dinner. 점심을 굶었어요. 굶었어요 means I didn't eat. So I didn't eat lunch. I skipped lunch because my friend said that he or she will buy me dinner. So because my friend said that they'll buy me dinner, I skipped lunch. This is not the form we're learning today. 고해서. Looks the same, but this is a quoting form. This uses the quoting form 고 together with 해서, because my friend said. So this sentence is not what we're going to be doing today. Now let's get on to what it is. Verb stem plus 고해서. And you must follow this form with an action. By that I mean an action verb. Let's just use 하다 as an example. 하다, the verb stem is 하. 하고 해서. The end of the sentence has to be an action. Someone does something. Or if you don't want to use an action and you just want to say because. Remember, this form means because. Well, you could also just end your sentence with 해서. Or if you want to be polite, 해서요. It's because of this. It's because of whatever verb comes before it. This form is only used to explain why someone did or does an action. It is not used to say, I am hungry because. That wouldn't be an action. Oh, I'm so hungry because I didn't eat this morning. No, descriptive verbs don't work with this. I stayed at my house today because it was snowing. Stayed at my house. Action. I ate 10 pounds of kimchi because I was hungry. Sure. I take it back. Don't do that. You will probably die if you eat that much of anything. But it's an example, okay? Let's talk a little bit more about this form. Really, what you're saying is something and because of it. That's what this form literally means. Let's say it's raining. It's raining and because of that, 해서, remember because is always referring to what comes before it. So it's raining and, well, because of that, that's your literal meaning. So you're saying someone or something does something because of this reason. However, this reason is only one of the reasons. In fact, there are more reasons. There are maybe a dozen more reasons. But I am telling you the one most important reason. I'm only giving you one of those reasons why someone or something does something. That is what this form is used for, and that is what this form literally means. Let me give you an example. I stayed at home because it's raining today. It is raining today and something else. There's another reason, but I'm not saying it. But anyway, 해서, because of that, just kind of let it sink in. Maybe it's really cold. Maybe it's wet. Any other reason. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying it's raining and anyway, because of that. So you're listing one reason. Now, this is the reason that you think is the most important. It's raining. That's the most important reason why you stayed at home. But you're suggesting that there are actually more reasons. Just, this is the only one you're going to say. Because it's raining among other reasons. I'm not mentioning the other reasons, but there are. But the biggest reason is because it's raining, I stayed at home. So this form is like saying it's because whatever comes before it. I don't know what I'm doing. Is that like car logo? It's like saying it's because whatever comes before it here, among other things. Yeah, it's because it's raining, among other things, so I stayed home. One more thing. This 서 is the same thing as the 서 form. Although I said you have to follow this form with an action, so an action verb, you can't make that action verb a command or a suggestion. So you can't say something like, oh, because it's raining today, let's go eat some ramen. You can't do that. That would be a suggestion. You also can't say, because it's raining today, Mom, drive me to school. That would be a command. You can't do that either. Just like the soul form cannot use those either. This form tends to get used together with the particle do. You might have a noun. You might have like, buy a book. Instead of using the object marker in here, you'll find more often do gets you, a deer, a particle. Whenever there's a noun that comes before this 고 하다 form. For example, if you were to say like 책을 사야 하다, like to have to buy a book. Instead, it's more common that you'll see this used with 책도. Let me give you another quick example of this. So let's say 비가 오다 is to rain. And we're going to combine this with our 고 해서 form. So because it's raining and other reasons as well, it's actually more common that you'll actually see do used instead of another marker whenever there is a noun in the sentence that comes before 고 해서. So in this case, if we were to use this form, it would be 비도 오고 해서. So because it's raining and other things, but notice that it changed to 도. Literally, when you do this, it means because it is also raining. So this form will often go together with the particle 도. I think we're ready for our first sentence. 비도 오고 해서 집에 있었어요. Because it is raining and other reasons, I just stayed at home. I'm saying my main reason why, but I'm implying that there are other reasons. But the main reason is because it's raining, right? 비도 오고 해서, because it's raining, among other things, 집에 있었어요. I stayed home. So I just stayed home because it's raining and other reasons. 이제 곧 겨울이고 해서 새로운 외투를 샀어요. I bought a new overcoat because it is winter soon. And other reasons, maybe because they're on sale. Many other reasons, but the main reason is because it's winter soon. 이제 곧 겨울이고 해서 새로운 외투를 샀어요. Because it's winter soon, I bought a new overcoat. 이제 곧 겨울이고 해서 새로운 외투를 샀어요. Let's do another common way that this form is used, and that is with the key nominalization ending. What this is, what was that? What this is a nominalization form to change any verb into a noun. So if you have 하다, it would become 하기. Now, it's a little bit different. We're not talking about 고 해서 anymore, but the form is the same. Because even doing a verb, because, I'm even doing this, among other things, this is used as a way to add additional emphasis to the meaning of even onto the verb itself. So let me show you what that would look like. Do you want to emphasize the verb a little more? Then use 기도해서. No? Then use 고해서. Okay. 요리 재료를 사러 가야 하기도 해서 일찍 나왔어요. I came out of my house early because I have to go buy cooking ingredients. But now we have, with this 기도해서 form, we get the meaning of, because I even gotta go buy, cooking ingredients, and I have to do other things too, but I even have to go to get cooking ingredients. It adds the meaning of like, I even have to do, or I even do, or I even did, or any sort of meaning like that, depending on what verb it's being used with. 혼자 한국어를 공부하는 게 어렵기도 하고, 새로운 친구를 만들고 싶기도 해서 스터디 모임에 나가기로 했어요. 혼자, alone, or by yourself. 혼자 한국어를 공부하는 게 act of studying Korean by yourself. So studying Korean alone, 어렵기도 하고, this is the regular 기도하다 form. It is even difficult. So yeah, it's difficult and all. 하고, and 새로운 친구를 만들고 싶기도 해서. So 새로운 친구, new friends, 만들다, to make, 싶다. So I want to make new friends. Here we have the new form. 기도해서, because I also 기도해서. Here it's that even. I even want to make new friends, or I also want to make new friends. So because, I also want to make new friends and other things, and because it's difficult to study Korean on my own, I decided to 나가기로 했어요. I decided to go to a study 모임, a study group. study 모임에 나가기로 했어요. Literally, I decided to go out to a study meeting because 새로운 친구를 만들고 싶기도 해서, because I also wanted to make friends, and other things. I just wanted to make some friends and stuff. And 혼자 한국어를 공부하는 게 어렵기도 하고, because it's also difficult to study Korean by yourself. Okay. 여행에서, from a trip. 이제, now. 막, just now. 돌아오다 means to return, so to come back from somewhere. So I just came back from a trip. Notice here it's the past tense verb stem because I just came back, past tense. You can use this form with past tense verb stems as well. 여행에서 이제 막 돌아왔고 해서 집에서 쉬려고요. Because I just got back from a trip, and other things, other reasons too. Maybe I still have to unpack. I have other reasons, but the biggest reason is because I just got back from a trip. 집에서 쉬려고요. I'm intending to rest, so I'm gonna rest at home because, among other reasons, I just got back from a trip. So because I just got back from a trip and, other reasons, I'm just gonna rest at home. If you want to use this with the future tense, I recommend using the 곧 갔다 ending, not the regular future tense ending. It'll be really awkward. Let me give you an example of that. 주말엔, so on the weekend, 차가 막힐 것 같고 해서, because I think there will be a lot of traffic, among other reasons, on the weekend, 평일에 다녀왔어요. I went there and came back on a weekday. 주말엔 차가 막힐 것 같고 해서 평일에 다녀왔어요. So I went on the weekday because I thought there would be a lot of traffic on the weekends, among other reasons. That's all there is to it. But there is another form that is similar to this 고해서. This form is directly connected to 고해서, and that is 고하니까. This is another form that means because. It works in the same way as 고해서. This form, just like 니까, can be used to give commands or suggestions. So you can say, do something, or shall we do something because, among other reasons, whatever comes before it. So let me give you an example. 날씨가 춥고 하니까, because the weather is cold, among other reasons, 모자와 장갑을 꼭 쓰세요. Make sure to wear a hat and gloves. So this is a command. Make sure to wear a hat and gloves because, among other reasons, the weather's cold. 날씨가 춥고 하니까, because the weather is cold, among other reasons, 모자와 장갑을 꼭 쓰세요. Make sure to wear a hat and gloves. That's our lesson for today. 그럼 다음에 또 봐.